You think you're doing the right thing because you're avoiding some kind of tough conflict with a customer by giving them that discount. But deep down, the customer loses faith and trust in you. Welcome to the Sales Made Simple podcast. This podcast is dedicated to helping overwhelmed outdoor living professionals, landscapers, and hardscapers just like you increase your closing rate to over 75% without doubling your workload so you can build a seven-figure business that doesn't need you. I'm your host, Joshua Gillow. Let's dig in. Are you still discounting your projects? Here's why. You keep saying, I'll raise my prices next season after a few more jobs, or maybe after I get some of those beautiful photos from my website, then I'll raise my prices. But till then, I'll keep discounting them. But unfortunately, you won't, and you don't. You keep discounting and keep draining your bank account deal after deal, project after project. And let's talk about why contractors do that, okay? It's not the market. It's not the economy. It's imposter syndrome. It's that inner whisper, that saboteur that says, who am I to charge that much? What if they say no? It's not a strategy. That's flat out fear. And it's something that captures the heart of many contractors, especially if they're selling high ticket. You know, and the problem with discounting is you immediately erode trust. When you tell a customer, look, it's going to be $51,800 for this project, and they come back and say, can you do it for $45,000? And you say, sure, yeah, I can do that. Perfect. Problem is, customer knows, or at least feels like, what would happen if I didn't ask? What if I didn't ask for that discount? Would they have just charged me the $51,000? But obviously they can do it for $45,000. So do you think that increases your trust or breaks trust with customers when you discount? It breaks trust. You think you're doing the right thing because you're avoiding some kind of tough conflict with a customer by giving them that discount. But deep down, the customer loses faith and trust in you because they don't like, wait a minute, if he could have done it for $45,000, why would he have ever tried to charge me $51,000? This is what happens with discounts. It's a very slippery slope. Now, what also happens besides for confidence and trust, it also pushes you down as a business owner to more stress when it comes time for payroll. How are you making bills? You can't afford the best help. And man, you watch less talented competitors eat your breakfast. They go out and even with your discounts, sometimes you lose the projects and they take them too. You start hating the business that you built. You start getting really beat up and say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. Why do I have to constantly discount? I'm worth more. I don't understand. It's because, deep down, you think that confidence in your business and your sales skills is going to increase when you raise your prices. You think, all right, one day I'll raise my prices and that'll raise my confidence. See, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Confidence comes first. You can't increase your price and think because your price is higher that you're going to get confidence. That's not how it works. It comes first. Confidence must be there first. You don't, grow out of discounting. You just decide to stop it. You say, look, you know what? I know my numbers. I know that I need to make X amount on this project, and this is what the numbers are. Now, here's some psychology of why discounting is so prevalent in the contracting space. Because you know what? When you drop your price, you're really saying, it isn't really worth what I said it was worth. Maybe if I drop the price, they'll just pick me. Kind of like our earlier example, right? Maybe they'll just pick me. You know what? The client feels that. They may say yes, but that trust, like I mentioned, is gone. And trust is everything when it comes to high ticket like this. So when you stop discounting, when you say, you know what? I've made a decision. There's no more discounting. I'm going to focus on adding as much value as I can for my clients through the experience, through my sales process, through my communication, through my website, through all of that. When you decide to do that, to create value, more value than you're giving your client, that's when you can stop discounting. Because you're going to attract better clients when you stop discounting. You're going to lead with confidence, not apologies throughout your process, your entire sales process. Your posture shifts, your voice steadies, you become much more of a pro, just like you were always meant to be. Now, remember, you are not discounting because of the market. You're discounting because you don't believe you're worth more. Let's face it. I want to say that one more time. You're discounting because you internally, in your mind don't believe you're worth that much. And until that changes, nothing else will. It's the psychology side of things. So we're going to be working deeply in that in the Yes Express Sales Academy, going deeper into the story you're telling yourself about money and why you're discounting. Because let me give you a little hint. It's not because you aren't worth it. It's because you think you're not worth it. And until we change that, you're going to continue discounting, or you're going to be stressed out of your mind if you don't discount when you give that proposal to a client. And imagine a day in the future where you can hand that proposal, that design over to your customer with full confidence, knowing A, they're going to say yes, and B, that you know that's the very best price you can give them, and it's not a discounted price, it's premium. Because you know what? You're worth it. You do great work. You've got incredible skills. Your teams are amazing. Your equipment is top notch. You shouldn't be discounting. But until we change the story inside of your head, you'll continue to discount, or at least you'll feel the urge to. What if you could close 75% of your projects without chasing, convincing, or dropping your price? That's not a dream, that's the mission. Mission 75. Here at Yes Express Sales Academy, we are spearheading a bold shift to help outdoor living contractors sell with confidence, not desperation. Because let's be real, you've been told to just give them a good price and hope for the best. You've been trained to beg for work and give away your time and compete with contractors who don't even play at your level. That ends now. I wrote the Core 10 Sales Playbook because it's the system I desperately needed 20 years ago. It's built for real-world, design-build contractors, not guys in suits. Inside, I'll show you how to qualify leads in minutes, speak to emotion, not features, cut confusion and eliminate ghosting, lead the sales call with calm authority, and close premium jobs without flinching. That book drops in January 2026. Check out the show notes to get on the list to be the first in line to grab your copy of the Core 10 Sales Playbook before they're gone. This isn't about working harder, it's about selling smarter, and it starts now. Let's raise the standard together.